This morning, my girlfriend Rose, who's 24, told me she needed to talk about something really important. The way she said it, her tone shaky and uncertain, immediately set off a warning bell in my mind. I didn't know what it was about, but the gravity in her voice made it clear that whatever was coming next was going to change things. When she finally spoke, the words hit me like a punch to the stomach. She asked if we could open up our relationship. I was speechless for a moment, my heart pounding as I tried to process what she just said. We've been together for 2.5 years, 2.5 years of laughter, shared memories, and what I thought was a really strong bond. I thought we were doing well, so hearing this was like a rug being pulled out from under me. I'm 25, and I've always believed in the strength of our relationship, so hearing her ask something like that left me completely stunned. I think she noticed my shock because she immediately started to backtrack, almost like she realized how badly she'd startled me. She reassured me that it was just an idea and that maybe it could help both of us grow. But the more she tried to explain, the less sense it made. Grow? What do you mean by that? I asked, trying to hold back the whirlwind of emotions that were flooding in. I don't remember all of the conversation, because it felt like my mind was racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour, trying to catch up with everything she was saying. She kept insisting that an open relationship could help us, but I didn't understand how that could be true. It didn't feel like growth. It felt like something was broken between us. At some point, I just couldn't take it anymore. My mind was clouded with confusion, pain, and anger. I calmly told her I needed space, that she should leave, so I could think about everything. I needed time to process what had just happened. The look on her face was heartbreaking, like she didn't expect me to react this way. She seemed devastated, almost like she was preparing for a much different response from me. I'm not sure she thought I'd agree to it, or if she was hoping for a different outcome. I told her to leave. She hesitated, her face crumbling, like the reality of what she'd said was sinking in. She looked at me as if she were hoping I'd change my mind, maybe hoping I'd tell her we could work through it. But I couldn't do that. I needed to think. As she gathered her things, I felt a deep emptiness in my chest. I wasn't sure if I was angry, sad, or just completely lost. All I knew was that everything I thought I knew about our relationship had been shaken. Was there any chance of saving this? I kept asking myself. The thought of losing her, of what this meant for our future, felt like a weight pressing down on me. But at the same time, the idea of opening up our relationship didn't feel right. I never imagined this was something she'd asked for. Was I still in shock, or was there something else going on that I didn't know about? I wasn't sure anymore. It's been less than an hour since she left, and I still feel numb. I feel hurt in a way I never thought I would. I thought we were solid, but now I'm questioning everything. I've heard from others that when one partner asks for an open relationship, it's a sign that things are over. I don't know if that's true, but right now, it feels like it might be. I'm struggling to process everything. I feel a mix of emotions, betrayal, confusion, and above all, hurt. I always thought we were on the same page, but now, I can't help but wonder if I was wrong. Has anyone gone through something like this before? Does it ever work out? Or is it always the beginning of the end? I'm just trying to figure out if there's any way to save what we had, or if I need to let go. Any advice would be appreciated, because right now I'm lost. I realized I had forgotten the library book I was supposed to return, so I rushed back home to get it. As soon as I stepped through the door, I heard moaning coming from the bedroom Derrick and I shared. I immediately knew what was happening, and my heart shattered. I wasn't sure how to react, but I decided to confront them. I walked toward the bedroom, opened the door, and started yelling. Sam, who was there with Derrick, had an anxiety attack and ran to the bathroom. Derrick kept apologizing, trying to explain. He told me that he made lunch for Sam, and as they talked about Becca, the memories led to Sam kissing him. Derrick didn't pull back, and it ended with them in our bed. They both begged for my understanding, claiming it was grief that caused them to be intimate and that it was a mistake. But how could I understand? I loved both Derrick and Sam, yet here they were betraying me. I felt lost and trapped. The comments on my post varied. One person said, "That would be a hard no for me. I understand grieving, but how is that an excuse for cheating? What happens next time he's sad?" Another suggested, "It seems like grief turned into a threesome. How could they use that as an excuse?" I responded, explaining I didn't want to excuse Derrick's actions and was considering divorce, but I was hesitant. It felt wrong to make such a decision so soon after losing Becca, and I was anxious. Someone else suggested changing the locks if I owned the house, which stuck in my mind. Another person asked if I was seeing a therapist, which I was. My therapist had been a great support over the last 3 years, and I had seen her just the day before, sorting through some of my emotions. Still, I was struggling. Then, the unimaginable hit. Derrick admitted that this wasn't the first time he and Sam had been intimate. In fact, they had been sleeping together for months before Becca's death. I was devastated. Everything I thought I knew about my relationship with Derrick felt like a lie. Sam reached out to apologize, thank me for everything, and say she was sorry. I blocked her immediately. I had considered Sam a friend, someone I trusted, and this hurt more than I could handle. It was clear I had to leave Derrick and cut both of them out of my life. The pain was overwhelming, but I knew it was the only way to move forward. I shared in an update that I had made the decision to file for divorce. Derrick tried to convince me to reconsider, but when I told him I was too exhausted to fight, he agreed. What he said about how they had reconnected was almost too much to bear. He claimed that one night, when I was away at my mom's, he was stressed about our struggles with conceiving and our miscarriages, so he turned to Sam for support, and that led to sex. It all felt twisted. More people commented, asking for more details or offering support. They wondered about Derrick's family and if they knew about his actions. Derrick's mom knew what he had done and had talked to him about it, but continued to support him, saying he was still her son. That made me feel conflicted. Derrick and I had built a life together, and now I had to distance myself from everyone who supported him. Finally, as the updates continued, I learned that Derrick wasn't staying at the hotel, as he'd told me. He was actually staying with Sam. It was hard to process. After everything, I still had to face the fact that they were probably still together, and it hurt more than I could describe. I had already spoken with a lawyer, and the divorce was moving forward. Derrick wasn't fighting me, which gave me some relief, but the hurt remained. My mom was leaving soon, and I was scared of being alone, but I hoped returning to work would help distract me. More updates came as I dealt with the aftermath. I discovered Derrick had lied about his whereabouts and tried to stay in contact with me to hurt me more. I asked him to stop, but I knew it was all part of his manipulation. In one of the final updates, I shared that I had found Becca's diary while going through her things. It felt like a sign that I could still feel connected to her, but at the same time, I felt conflicted about reading it. Would it help me feel closer to her, or would it feel like a betrayal? I wasn't sure, but I knew I needed something to hold on to. The comments kept coming, some comforting me, others criticizing Derrick and Sam's actions. Through it all, I felt the heavy weight of grief, betrayal, and heartache. But I also knew I had to take control of my life and move forward. No matter what the future held, I couldn't let this define me. May 19th, 2024. It's been a few days since my last update, and I thought I should share where I'm at. My mom is leaving in a few hours, and I'm feeling anxious about being alone. She's been a rock for me, distracting me from everything, helping me get through this unbearable pain. I don't know how I'll handle her being gone. Tomorrow is my first day back at work since Becca passed away, and though I'm dreading it, I'm also oddly relieved. I'll have something to focus on, something to take my mind off all the grief. It feels like I'm going through the motions, and that's all I can do right now. I also did something that felt right but painful. I read some of Becca's diary. It broke my heart to read, but at the same time, it made me love her even more. She was such a sweet, caring girl. I went back a few months and found something that caught me off guard. She'd written about how she noticed strange behavior between Derrick and Sam. It wasn't blatant, but she was perceptive enough to feel something was off. It's heartbreaking to think she noticed it even before everything blew up. So far, I haven't found anything that's deeply disturbing, just the usual teenage things, crushes, fights with friends, happy family moments. But reading it has kept me feeling connected to her, like she's still here in some small way. Tomorrow, I'm meeting with my lawyer, so I might have more to share soon. Thank you, everyone, for your continued support. It means the world to me. May 26th, 2024. I've been getting a lot more messages and comments, so I figured I should update again. My first week back at work was surprisingly good. I wasn't sure how I'd handle it, but my coworkers have been incredibly patient and supportive, which has helped more than I can express. On Friday night, I decided I couldn't stay home alone for the weekend, so I drove up to my mom's house. It's been a much-needed escape. The 3-day weekend has given me time to recharge. Tomorrow, I'll head back home, but for now, I'm grateful for the time I've had with her. For those of you who've messaged me hateful things about reading Becca's diary, I just have to say, you have no idea what it's like to be in my shoes right now. Telling me I'm a bad mom for reading her diary is absurd. It's been one of the few ways I've been able to feel close to her again. I've learned so much more about her from those pages, how sweet, kind, and thoughtful she was. I can't express enough how much it has helped me to remember her in this way. I'm not doing this to disrespect her or violate her privacy. I just need something to hold on to in a world that feels so empty without her. So, please don't judge me for trying to get through the hardest time of my life. You don't know the pain I'm going through. I don't have much else to update on, but I'll let you all know when the divorce is final. Thank you again to everyone who's shown kindness. Your support has made me feel less alone in this storm, and I'll forever be grateful. June 1st, 2024. Sam saw my Reddit post and is threatening to sue me. She created a fake Facebook profile to message me, claiming she wants to sue me for telling strangers about what happened. Derrick is supporting her. I can't believe this. Am I not allowed to vent to strangers online? All I've done is share my pain. I just want my life to improve, but now I'm dealing with this added stress. I'm exhausted. I've blocked both of them now, but I still can't wrap my mind around it. I just don't understand how they can continue to be so cruel. Her message said something like this. I was scrolling through TikTok and ended up on an account where they read Reddit posts. Guess whose post they read? Yours. First, you tell your friends and family, then you go tell strangers. I can't believe you. This isn't just your business to tell. Becca would be so disappointed in you. Get ready because I think I'm going to sue you for this. This wasn't anyone else's business. You did this to yourself. I'm in shock. The idea that she's trying to guilt-trip me by saying Becca would be disappointed in me is manipulative and unfair. How dare she use my daughter's memory as a way to get back at me? I never thought they'd stoop this low. It feels like a final blow. Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, they do. The audacity of it all. The lawsuit threat, the manipulation with Becca's memory, it's overwhelming. I just wanted to share my experience, my pain, and now I'm being attacked for it. It feels like I'm being punished for trying to heal. I don't know how to process any of this. I'd love to hear what you all think. Do you think I was wrong for sharing my story on Reddit? Would you have done anything differently?